Welcome to the second episode. Yes, it's about the lady Savitribai Phule, the mother of Indian education. Over 180 years ago, when women were denied the right to read, a young woman dared to carry a slate and a book in her hand. She faced stones, mud, and insults every day. But what she never gave up was education. Yes, that woman was Savitribai Phule, who is now remembered as the mother of Indian education. Savitribai was born in 1831 in a small village called Naigaon in Maharashtra. At the age of just 9, she was married to Jyotirao Phule, who was 13 at that time. Now, like most of the women of her time, she had no access to education, but her husband recognized her sharp mind and began teaching her at home. Now, young Savitribai soon started to get educated. Yes, Savitribai became the first Indian woman to be formally educated. Yeah, instead of stopping there, she chose a revolutionary path, becoming a teacher herself. In 1848, at just 17, she started the first girls' school in Pune with her husband Jyotirao. This was the birth of the revolution in Indian education. Of course, everything which changes the society has to face opposition, but her courage was never lessened. Yes, her courage came at a price. Every day, orthodox men and women hurled mud, cow dung, and stones at her when she walked to school. They shouted insults, trying to shame her into stopping. But Savitribai carried a second sari with her. She would change into a clean one upon reaching the school and continue teaching. Now, this incident shows how resilient she was, and her resilience, no amount of humiliation could break it. Yes. Now, Savitribai and Jyotirao didn't stop at educating girls. They also opened schools for children from lower castes, something which was absolutely unimaginable in that era. When Orthodox society opposed them, the Phules declared education should not be a privilege of a few, but the right of all. A very powerful statement. Yes, education cannot be the privilege. It is the right of each and everyone, isn't it? Now, Savitribai's fight went beyond schools. She opened a care center called Balhatya Pratibandhak Griha for pregnant widows who were often abandoned by society. She encouraged widows to remarry and gave shelter to victims of exploitation. At a time when women had no voice, Savitribai became their only hope and strength. Savitribai was also a poet. In her poems, she urged the oppressed to rise, to educate themselves and fight against injustice. One of her lines read, "Awake, arise, educate, smash traditions, liberate yourself." Her words were not just poetry, but a call to revolution. In 1897, when plague, which was an epidemic, struck Pune, Savitribai went ahead to set up a clinic to treat the sick. She personally carried patients, comforted them, and treated them with love. It was during this service to humanity that she caught an infection herself. She passed away on 10th March 1897. She gave her life in the service of others, just as she had lived it. Today, every time a girl in India goes to school, every time a marginalized child holds a book, it's a tribute. It's a tribute to Savitribai. She was not just a teacher, she was a warrior, a reformer, a poet, and above all, a mother of generations of learners. Her story reminds us that education is not at all a privilege. It is the greatest equalizer. Isn't that story inspiring? Does it inspire you? Of course it does. And if you felt that this video has brought some change to you, please go ahead, like, share and subscribe. You can share it with your friends and loved ones who need some inspiration. And you can definitely get back to us for the third episode, which discusses the story of the Missile Man, Kalam Sahab. So, see you there in the third episode. Till then, take good care of yourself. This is Mukta signing off. See you there.